Shield brother?
Well, WARSWORN, what do you need now? Oh, yes, from Overgrown Thicket, was it? Normally that sort of thing is beneath even contract work. But these days, if the payer has enough coin to spare and is insistent enough, we put it on the board. Good then.
Shield brother?
And you've come back to old Grimmy. They always do, so I says. Now, as to what you came for, fancy on joining the Travellers? Well, I've seen fist-sized rubies, living people made of vines, and I've even seen a Jotun cry. But this is a first. Why join? The Travellers are renowned rogues, thieves, and all-around good folk. If you live in the shadows, away from the law, we're for you. You want riches? We'll help you take them. You want fame? They'll sing songs of you forever. Want adventure? Look no further. I thought by the look of you that you might. I've a good feeling about you, but some feelings count less around here than they should. I'll send you to the camp's leader, Krilgarin. She'll get you on your way.
Wanderer. Would you spare a moment? I have a favor to ask you. This used to be a peaceful place full of farmlands. It is still a quiet place, but now the freemen are lurking around just looking to murder and thieve. Not much to speak of, just another soul wandering the plains trying to get by. It was not always the empty place you see now, but it has become little more than a stopping point between Dalentarth and Rathir for travelers. In appearances, perhaps, I'm just an alpha that needs your help. I have a few belongings to sell, and unfortunately, I've done little to endear myself to Aiton's folk. Will you sell them in my stead? The arrangement is simple. I give you an item, and you sell it. I take a cut, you keep the profit. And will repeat until I have nothing to sell. Understand? There would be coin in it for you, should... Yes?
Welcome to Aiton. What?
I saw you coming. Hope you'd visit. Just about mad with worry. What with the freemen roaming the hills and caverns. Tell me, child, have you noticed a young woman about? She's quite fair, with red hair, a tattoo like mine across her cheek. It's been 3 days. None of us wish to be without a roof over our heads, begging for our meals from any man or woman who passes us by. It's not what any of us planned. It was fate. I am no one. Everything that defined me, my livelihood, my family, my home, all of them were left ash by the Twather. Lyra is my life now. Their campfires burn all through the night and cast unsettling shadows. They're the worst kind of bandits. Those who don't kill for excess, but for necessity. My newfound love, and the only person I have. Everyone, my wife, my son, my grandchildren, all of them were killed in the attack. Nothing remains but Lyra. She and several of her friends went in search of a better place to make our camp. This wretched sun takes its toll, doesn't it? But they never returned, and I worry. Would you do an old man this one kindness? Would you help me find her? Thank you. I am not rich, not anymore. But what I have left to give is yours. It means nothing without my love. Lyra went in search of refuge in Oriata's tomb. A better place than this desolate cliff. I would try the cemetery on the hill where they buried all the old war heroes. A fitting memorial for a great man. He saved our people from complete destruction. If I had the strength, I would climb that hill and pay my respects. She resisted my advances at first. Tried to use our differences in age to deny the connection. But in the end, fate played its beautiful hand. We began as friends. I was the hunter and she was my apprentice. But her skills quickly surpassed my own. She is a gifted woman, a true wonder. She and her friends were crawling all over the hill near Oriator's tomb. Not exactly the way to show respect, but she meant well. Be careful.
Hello there. Don't know what it'll take to make this farm a farm again. This farm isn't as it was long ago. It's forgotten us. That's what it's done. Those were terrible times. What I'd like to know is why Tawilli's still an ugly scar, and the Forsaken Plains are worse. But here, you'd hardly know it happened. Me and my Cerebel have wandered far and wide, driven off by the war, driven back by rogues and scoundrels. That's my pretty love. Don't know where I'd be without her. Goodbye.
Hello! You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if... well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. Mind you, I'm well aware that's just how Tyrann's Rest wants it. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. To think we once called them friends and neighbors. Am I right, Auric? When the war came and burned our farm, they turned their backs on the likes of us. Me and Auric here have come back to farm our land. We've been many years away, endured many a trial and hardship to return. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome wanderers have I dreamed of seeing this again, and now at last we've returned. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to leave, unless some miracle comes and... why, Auric dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow, and the Adaris Hollow's not safe at all. Well, if the stories are true, Auric's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how he had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? There are all sorts of wild fae in there. Oh, but that wand would save us. Adaris Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how we'll thank you. Let us hope it is, or we'll have no choice but to leave once more. Well, you'll find the hollow due south, and the slope down from the bluff. So long.
For truly, my children, we are loved and blessed by Lyria. Lyria, goddess of fate, who holds the cards that spell our mortal lives. Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her displeasure. Go in peace. Be guided
Of
and blessed
Lyria
by
be
Lyria,
blessed.
my children. Greetings, traveler. I am the mayor of this village, its priestess, and its guiding light. Now tell me, child, are you also a follower of the goddess Lyria? Then you are most welcome here to the village of Tyrann's Rest. If you seek healing, I can aid you. The doors of our inn, trader, locksmith, and sanctuary are all gladly open to the weary visitor. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the two villages, Tyrann's Rest and Culm. When the Tuatha struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most. You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease my Lady of Fate. Aethiof's daughter, and the others who went to resettle there, showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. When the war brought Fae to our doors, there was but one righteous Almain, our own Aethiof. That is why we welcomed him and his willful daughter to our home. Why, Lyria is the goddess of magic and of all good, Alfar. Those who love and cleave to her will prosper, as we have done. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. By my Lady Lyria's grace, I have the power to heal and to cure. Bless you, child.
You're new. Filthy refugee.
Please, can't you help? I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. It's the land that lies along the western edge of the Forian Strait. The coast bore the brunt of the Tuatha invasion 10 years ago. Anulla led a group of refugees to the town of Culm. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anulla, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. Oh, it seems I have no choice. If you're willing to go, I'll give you what I can. It's been 10 years since we drove the Tuatha from these lands, and still the refugees are living in tents on the Forsaken Plain. They've talked of resettling Culm. Anulla took up their cause and agreed to lead them there. You will? Anulla led the refugees to the ruins of Culm. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. The ruins lie south of Rathia. My Anulla, I'm sorry. So worried.
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere.
Thank goodness! They're gone. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. You kept barking on about the WARSWORN this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps? Louts and fools! I could see they wanted blood, so I dove for my hiding place. And not a moment too soon. You have done me a good turn, WARSWORN. Therefore, I am more than happy to share some of my considerable wisdom in the art of locks with you. One of my finest ideas. I built it precisely for times like these. What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. I promised her. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. The original. Truly an ancient wonder. Surely the combined work of WARSWORN craftsmen and luminaries of the Scholia Arcana. For Pledge Shield Fannin, yes. Now, if you will see yourself out, I have a mess to clean up. Whoever those ruffians were, good riddance.
I want them laid out for the General's inspection. And not a stain anywhere, do you understand?
Not just so. Pledge shield.
The wind on the plains can howl like a wolf sometimes.
How would Grimes say? You're accepted here to this keep. Good day.
The locksmith Pledgeshield Fennin, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy? We must confront her at once. Bori! Henry! Seize her! Pledgeshield Fennin's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this. I ought to have worn the damned thing around my neck. Or station guards outside my quarters. Never thought it would come to that. What concerns me is whether anything else was stolen. It's not as if I've got an inventory of what's down there. Hardly fair to hold her accountable when my own key was stolen. Best to forgive and forget all around, I think. Yes, yes indeed. The duty's yours. I think she will tell us what she knows. Go on to the cells. Question her.
Hello? I've got spear hafts, but no spearheads. You can't sell just the haft.
Sworn to war. Every month, more freemen making trouble somewhere.
Niskaru? Stolen artifacts?
I'll confess. I'm ready. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused. But I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. I knew they were stealing powerful things from that vault. But he said the WARSWORN were refusing to use them in the war against the Fae, so we could keep getting paid to fight. A man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... that does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tawili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh. Stealing the key was the hardest part. Every moment I was sure he would return and notice it missing. Once the original was returned and I had the copy, there was nothing to it. No one suspected quiet little Livia. My sister, my brother, all fought and died in Chloricon. I thought what I did would help end it, not let slip Niskaru and Dalantarth. Oh, what have I done? Gryan was a mentor. He was my champion, and I betrayed him. That's what the mages in Brigand Hall called themselves? I've never heard the word before. I knew Elben from a time before the WARSWORN. When he first came to me, I wouldn't even speak to him. But he kept at it, telling lies, offering hope for an end to the war that has so troubled my heart. In the army, as I said. The only place I've ever seen him is with his friends, where Tawili joins Akatha.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merok character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. First, I will have her tend to that vault. High time it was cleaned and catalogued. After that, these mages call themselves Farlungi, right? I'd like to see what kind of footprints that name leaves behind. Did you see the look on her face when we seized her? Hard to tell if it was more fear or relief. Follow the trail, WARSWORN. Someone copied that key and stole who knows how many artifacts from our vault. Go as far as you can to find them, then meet up with Gwyn in Rathir. For the army, help with the war. My gods!